That's right, baby. We are back. Back on a Saturday. Saturday, July 5th, episode 83. We're moving right along, guys. Saturday
Damn,
Day
83,
Live.
huh? Whew.
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
So we'll probably hit
Let's go.
episode 100, certainly before year's end. I don't know exactly when, but episode 100 on the way. What do you guys think
Jeez.
about that?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll have to do something kind of special for that. We'll see. But also, I don't know if he's here or not, but at some point, happy birthday, Jesse Arnold.
Happy birthday, Jesse.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Velvet shirt. So how are you guys feeling? What's going on?
Right?
Pretty good. We're back on a Saturday. Can't wait to talk the new wave and possibly the Batman. Just saying.
Maybe.
Yeah. So on last week's show, I disclosed that I had never seen Matt Reeves' The Batman movie, which it wasn't for any particular reason. Like I wasn't like anti Matt Reeves or whatever. Or it just there wasn't anything about the movie that made me like want to kind of like break my neck to go see it. I was like, oh, I'll probably see it at some point, whatever. But after mentioning that last week, both Ryan and Eric were both like saying, you got to see it, you got to see it, you got to see it. So this morning, I got up with my coffee, like 6:30, sat down and watched the movie. And I'm glad I did. Number one, you both mentioned that, make sure you have enough time because it's a long movie. What's up, Archie Pants? Want to come say hi? You can come say hi. Say hi. This is my niece Archer. Do you want to say hi in the camera? See, that's me right there. If you come this way a little bit, you'll be able to see you too. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to. Yeah, you're shy.
Ragon, did you get a new mic, dude?
I did.
Nice. What'd you get there?
It's the same microphone, just in white and black.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
As if his voice didn't sound syrupy enough.
Exactly.
It's not really an upgrade. I just decided to go white and black. I wanted to change it up a little bit.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I noticed it. That's for sure. I was like, hey, new tools. What we got going on there? Continue, Jonathan. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So it's a 3-hour movie. And I didn't realize that. And I sat down and I looked and I'm like, wait, this movie's almost 3 hours? I'm like, that's crazy. But I was like, it was early in the morning. I was like, let's go. I'll throw it on, see if it kind of pulls me in. And I tell you what, from the moment I had put the movie on, from the moment the movie started, throughout the whole thing, I was completely engrossed. I thought that movie is freaking incredible. I can't believe it took me so long to watch it.
Told you.
Love that movie.
Dude, you're on Hedgehog time. You're always on time.
Yeah, listen. A hedgehog is never early.
Fashionably late.
That's it. That's the end of it. It's just he's never early. A hedgehog is never early. But dude, Matt Reeves killed it. That movie's incredible.
The Batman, Dorklair.
Yeah, Matt Reeves, the Batman. And we were talking about it a little bit before we just came on. And I would say that, the 89 Batman is my favorite Batman movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But man, if you finished this movie and said, this is the best Batman movie, The Batman, I couldn't argue. Like when I was done, I was like, that might be the best Batman movie I've ever seen. And we were talking about how, Burton's Batman sort of exists in its own universe. It's its own thing, right? And the Batman movies after that went pretty far into the camp arena. And then the Nolan movies are like the realistic Batman movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one, the Matt Reeves version, very much is the grittiest version. And to me, seems or felt the most Batman to me out of any movie that's been made. Like this feels like a Batman comic kind of, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you didn't realize, our good friend from the community, Elijah Baker, is actually one of the characters in that movie. Did you
No,
know
I didn't
that?
know that. No, I
Yeah,
didn't know
I
that.
didn't.
the scene where the kids with the white painted faces
Makeup.
on the subway that kind of
Yeah.
chase the Asian guy out of the subway before they get their asses rocked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's one of those guys.
Really?
Dude,
Yep,
that's awesome.
that's
That's freaking
Elijah
amazing.
Baker. Yeah, yeah. You could spot him if you know which character is. Yeah, he's pretty easy to spot. But yeah, he's one of those guys in that scene. Isn't that cool?
That's crazy, man. Now I need to go
Yeah.
back and watch
Oh,
that
yeah.
part.
Yeah, yeah. It's really cool.
And I don't want to get too into too many spoilers or whatever, not on purpose anyway, but just a warning that the movie's 3 years old now, so if I talk about it a little bit, some of it might be kind of spoilery, I guess. But I just feel like, how do I say it? Like, even the way that Reeves weaved the story sort of in and out,
Mhm.
there came to a point where they were dealing with the Carmine Falcone aspect of it, and it
Mhm.
gets to a certain, not resolution, but to a certain point of that, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, and then all of a sudden, shortly after that, the Riddler pops back in, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot this movie's about it's about
Yeah.
the Riddler. It's not even
Yeah.
about Carmine Falcone.
Yeah.
Man, just
Yeah, I think the writing was wonderful in that movie. The way that they did it, it was just so well laid out, man. Throughout the entire movie, I thought it was great.
yeah, I think.
Yeah,
And now I know we're gonna be a ways off from the second movie, but I know recently the news came out that Reeves finished the screenplay for the second one.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Let's just hope it's not a musical.
Yeah. Jesus. Dude, I
Christ.
tried to watch that and I got maybe a half hour in and I turned that shit off.
I actually,
Oh,
I,
the
I
Joker.
actually, I actually, I actually watched it all the way through, and I can never get the 2 hours back for my life that I wasted. Yeah, fucking horrible
Oof.
horrible movie, dude.
It was
Horrible movie.
rough.
Horrible follow-up movie to the Joker.
That was when I had just had no interest in the second one at all. And then when some of the actors in the movie are kind of talking shit about the movie after it comes out, it's that's not the greatest sign, I feel like.
Yeah.
It didn't even need a follow-up. Like the first movie was perfectly fine by itself. Why did you have to ruin it?
Yeah.
Money.
Fuck
guess,
that.
dude. I wasn't even worth the money. It was fucking terrible. Yeah. I'll say it, man. Terrible.
But
anyways, yeah, the Batman fucking rocked. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they'll bring something pretty awesome to the screen for the second one.
but then we were talking about this before too, is that now having watched the Batman, now I'm even more excited to go back to the Penguin.
Yeah. And you watched the Penguin or no?
I started it. I watched the first couple of episodes, and it wasn't it's not like I didn't like it and didn't go back. I just started it and just haven't gotten back to it yet. And it's been a little while now, so I'll start it from the beginning again. I thought it was cool what I saw, but now having watched the Batman, now it's, to me in my head, it's now more being able to go back into that world, into that Gotham.
Yeah.
If anybody's like me and hasn't seen it yet, I'd set some time aside to see it.
Yeah, it's the Penguin is fantastic, dude. It's a fantastic series. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, Rob's more. What's up, Rob? Rob says the director said it didn't need a follow-up and the studios forced it, so he purposely made it bad. He said this in an interview.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
awesome.
That's great. Thanks for ruining Batman or the Joker for us. Fucking douchebag.
Speaking of bad movies, so as part of the July 4th weekend, Chase and I went to go see the new Jurassic Park movie.
Oh boy.
In the theaters on what's up, G? On Thursday afternoon. Bought tickets way ahead of time. Went to go. I don't even really like 3D movies, but bought a ticket for the 3D showing just because that feels very 4th of July summer movie, blockbuster, action-y, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a Jurassic Park movie, so they'll probably do some special stuff for the 3D. So we went to go see it. We bought giant plastic footprint that they were selling along with it. What's up, Jordan? And oh baby, that movie was hot garbage. The new
glad you said it, dude. I'm glad you said it, so I don't have to waste my time on buying a ticket for it.
Steaming garbage. Now, let me be fair. We had a blast. We still had fun. Part of the fun was me and him talking shit about the movie the whole time. Like what? Like, and the dinosaurs and the creatures themselves still look cool on screen. There's a lot of the movie takes place like on an island, of course, and in like jungle scenes. They're all pretty cool. The second half of the movie isn't that terrible, but the first half at least is like miserably bad to me. Like that bad. To me, one of the worst in the series.
Wow.
I'm just not sure if it was that one or Dominion might be the worst. So
was it like the pacing of it or just
it's just bad, dude. So like there's a lot about it that doesn't make sense. I will say a big component of it being terrible is there's a B storyline with this family, the Delgados, and they're fucking horrible. They're like terrible characters, not cool at all. What they're doing in the beginning of the movie doesn't make any sense, how they sort of get wrapped up in it. And like, it's like there's this small group of characters, this family, and like you really just want them to be eaten by a dinosaur at some point in the movie. Spoiler alert. If anybody doesn't want a spoiler about this movie, here you go. You might go away for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. None of them get eaten. And like the thing is, the way they're in the movie, you can tell you're like, they're not going to get eaten. And the only reason they would make any sense in this movie is for them to be eaten. So like, it's like that family's in the movie. And on the other hand, you have like the Scarlett Johansson crew that are trying to do something like, you know, in every Jurassic Park movie, there's some MacGuffin or something they're trying to do, right? So they're the team that's actually doing the thing about the movie. And then there's this family that's just kind of in it. That's just like, we're just sort of in the movie. And they're so annoying and so terrible. Except there's a little girl. She's fine. No problem with her. But like there's a dad, a daughter, and a boyfriend, and they're all terrible. They're all horrible. None of it. There's a lot, even with the crew, like the tactical crew that are trying to like do the thing that the movie's about. There's a lot about them that doesn't make any sense. You're just like, what? Like, it was bad. It was bad, but we still had fun.
Sounds like a freaking Jurassic Park cash grab then.
Yeah. I mean,
much.
I would like if they did another one. I do think Scarlett Johansson could be a cool lead for like a Jurassic Park movie, and she wasn't even like bad. Like, but there's a little part of it that you're like, some of these people feel like they're like the cast is pretty good. Like there's Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali. I think that's how you say his name. He's in it, but just didn't come together for me, dog.
No cameos from any of the old cast members or anything like that?
No.
It's all new cast, huh?
Yep.
So would you say that this Jurassic Park was kind of like every Fast and Furious movie then?
Ooh.
Oh shit. I get the joke, but I couldn't speak intelligently. Here's I heard somebody say this on a podcast. Don't be mad at me, Sacrilege Corner. Not huge on the Fast and Furious movies. I've seen like one of them. They're just not my jam. They're not. I don't care. I've never gotten into them, but I don't know. LeBron, you're a car guy. Does that do anything for you? Are you into
not
them?
whatsoever? No, not whatsoever. American Graffiti. Let's just say that.
There you go.
If you've ever seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Cool. What's up? A lot of people hopping in the chat. What's going on, guys? So that's kind of how I.
Yeah,
go ahead, man.
I did get we mentioned this the last show. I did get a chance to go see the new 28 Years Later, which was the third installment of the 28 Days zombie movie. That was kind of fun. It was kind of cool. I enjoyed it. I mean, for what it was. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, it wasn't the first one. Definitely not the first one. I enjoyed it a little bit better than the second one, but yeah, it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, I was kind of on the fence about the Jurassic Park movie, but yeah, not so much anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we still had fun, and for people out there that like go to see every Jurassic Park movie, that's fine. You can, like you'll probably still have a good time with it. There was, without getting too far into it, there's a part of me that feels like a lot of it doesn't even seem like a Jurassic Park movie. It felt more like a bad version of Kong Skull Island. And side note, I love Kong Skull Island. I think
that's cool. That's a fun movie. That's a fun movie. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like a whole thing that like there's not even that many dinosaurs in it. It's, long story short, they end up going to the island. I think it was sometimes I get confused in the Jurassic Park movie series, because in the different movies, there's different islands in the Caribbean that they've gone to and set up either research facilities or parks. So I think this is the island from Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World movie. So the first one in this latest series, where they started doing like genetic gene splicing and genetic experiments with the dinosaurs to make crazier looking dinosaurs, presumably because people were getting tired of looking at dinosaurs, which makes no freaking sense, right? Like, it's 2025. People still like to go see like lions, right? Hundreds of years later, we're going to get tired of seeing dinosaurs in a zoo. That seems unlikely, but whatever. Point being that a lot of like the dinosaurs in this movie are not even really dinosaurs. They're like some other like monsters. So it is what it is. But so that's how we started our Independence Day, 4th of July, whatever you want to call it, weekend. Yesterday, we watched Jaws, which is very much like oh, look, here he is. Jesse Arnold in the house. Happy birthday, Jesse.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday,
Happy
bro.
birthday, dude.
Happy birthday, bro. So, Jesse, I hope you're having a good time today. I hope you're doing something cool on a 4th of July weekend.
Of course he is. He's watching SDL.
It's obviously. That's how you spend your birthday, baby.
That's right.
But so we watched Jaws yesterday. Definitely,
yeah, I watched Jaws just the other day. That's crazy. We didn't even talk about Jaws.
I periodically just watch Jaws. That's another top 5 movie for me. What a great movie.
Spielberg, baby, Spielberg.
And Hooper.
Nice.
Hooper. This was, I think I showed this a couple weeks ago. This was one of the family's birthday presents to me back in May, because my birthday's in May.
This was not a boating accident.
Watching the movie again. And the one thing is, yesterday was the first time that Chase actually like really, really watched it with me. Like, he literally like actually watched the movie. So that was really cool. So I got to kind of like talk to him about it, and to kind of talk to him about that. One of the coolest relationships in a movie, or one of my favorites anyway, I think both coolest and my favorite, is the relationship between Hooper and Quint. Like, them together, like the way they play off of each other, the way that like Hooper is like this super rich Ivy League, college boy, and then Quint is like the hardened World War II vet shark hunting guy, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that like Hooper gets his respect, and the way they sort of play off each other is like, that's when they know how to make movies. Yeah. They could like convey so much. And that took place like in 20 minutes, you know what I mean? And like, you got every piece of it, and the actors like played off each other so well. Yeah. I freaking love that movie, man.
Yeah.
I might catch shit for this.
Uh-oh.
I've never seen Jaws. You're
not going to catch shit for it. I mean, bro, put it this way. That movie came out before I was born.
LeBron, he's upset at me.
Jesus Christ.
I think check it out, man. I think, and like sometimes you can't tell really if movies are going to translate, because I've seen Jaws so many times at this point. I could never divorce the movie from, right? Look at this, Amber. What the hell's going on over there?
Has Amber seen Jaws?
Yeah, it sounds like
I want to know.
I'm assuming.
And so then we watched Jaws, I'm not done talking about Jaws. Jaws is an incredible movie. I
But
think
now you can't spoil it. We can't talk about it because Ryan's never seen it.
we can't spoil
that's
this
all good.
Freaking
literally 50-year-old movie.
50-year-old
I'll still
movie, and
watch
he hasn't taken the time to see it once. Jesus
If you have
Christ.
Yeah, I'll still
Peacock,
watch it.
so for people that are wrestling fans out there, current wrestling fans, and if you have Peacock, it's on all the Jaws movies are on Peacock right now, so you already have it.
Do you have Peacock, Ryan?
I don't, but
Mm.
I can. It's like $5 with the ads or some shit like that.
Oh, look at Moneybags over here.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right? Look at this guy.
Wow. Yeah, watch
Right
Jaws,
away.
please, Ryan. The next time we go on live, I want to know that you saw Jaws. Fucking classic, freaking classic Spielberg movie, and you still haven't watched it. We need to make a list.
Apparently, I disappointed Amber also. So,
It's a rough day for you.
oof.
You have some splaining to do.
So watch Jaws. And then we went over to my sister-in-law's house where we did some grilling and stuff. So I'm not the biggest fireworks guy. I'm just like going to see fireworks. Like that's fine. Like a big fireworks show. That's cool. I'm down with it. I'm not personally the guy that, like, goes and like has been that entertained by or would go and buy a bunch of fireworks and set them off or whatever. The kids, however, love fireworks, right? They love it. So typically on 4th of July, my brother-in-law, Uncle BJ, will do the fireworks for the kids. He's away at work this year, right? Oh, hold on a second. Robinson Morris says, Ryan, spoiler alert, at the end of Jaws, a tornado hits the beach, picks up Jaws, and they made a spin-off called Sharknado. I remember whenever those movies, after there had been a couple and they were kind of like hot, the Sharknado movies, they came out, and I remember I spent we had gone out the night before, so then it was like one of those like hungover mornings or whatever where you just kind of like order food and watch movies, and I watched like 3 Sharknado movies in a row, back to back to back.
Damn,
that's tough, bro.
Oh yeah, so fireworks. My brother-in-law usually does them, but he's away for work. So I was like, all right, I got to do something for the kids, even though I don't like doing the fireworks and I don't want to blow off my hands, right? So I got some sparklers.
That's pretty important.
And I got one thing called Disco Turkey, right? Which, and I was such a nerd about it. I went and like even looked on YouTube, like, how are you supposed to do it? So I took it outside, set it up with stones on each side so it wouldn't like roll over or whatever. Lit it up, set it off. It actually lasted for a long time, did some cool stuff. And then afterwards I was like, I think I want to buy some more. That wasn't so bad.
Now he's got the Jones.
Yeah, because like now, for years, you couldn't get fireworks in New Jersey, not legally. We had to drive over to Pennsylvania to get them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now they're legal. Like everything's legal now. It doesn't matter. It's Thunderdome. So you can go to like Walmart and buy fireworks now. And you used to be able to not be able to do that. But now I might be into the whole fireworks thing. What about you guys? Do you guys into fireworks at all? Like set them off for 4th of July or anything?
I was more into it when I was a kid, but we have good fireworks shows that are put on by the city out here. So I mean, if you want to go see a fireworks show, there's plenty of them to go around. But the area that I live in is a high a fire area, so in Riverside County they don't allow fireworks. Like you can't like have a big fireworks show in front of your house, like on the streets. Those freaking cops will come and they'll ticket you and everything. So yeah, but I mean, like I said, I haven't bought a box of fireworks since I was like a little kid. You know what I mean? So, but I'd rather see the big fireworks. I mean,
yeah,
you know, I don't want to run around the street with a sparkler in my fucking hand. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not, come on, like really, what are we doing here, people? Like, you know what I mean?
Imagine little LeBron running around like all happy with a sparkler and a She-Ra action figure.
Oh no, back in the day, it was little LeBron running around with my cousins firing Roman candles at each other. Like that's the kind of kids we were. You know what I mean? Like fucking setting each other on fire on 4th of July. Like that was us. Like remember what are those the ones that spin real fast? The flowers. You get the flower and you light it, and just before it fucking takes off spinning, you chuck it at somebody, so it's like and like spins at them, and like I said, we were trying to light each other on fire. So 4th of July, baby, America.
Yeah, I was trying to like buy ones that like didn't.
Yeah,
Like, they had those
on
there
the back
too.
of the bike. Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't want anything because like it has a warning saying that like it'll spin around. I was like, I didn't want to, don't want to do that.
Yeah, I remember one year we did. It was, I mean, this is how long ago it was. We did. I tied a Roman candle to the frame of my bicycle and lit it and like chased my cousin down the street on his bike, like firing Roman. And I was pretending to be Megaforce. Remember the movie Megaforce where they had the dune buggies and the motorcycles with like the rocket launchers and shit.
Was that a silent film?
No, it was an 80s film.
Nice.
Look it up, dude. Look it up. It's fucking cult classic shit.
Megaforce.
You'll dude. If anybody on here knows Megaforce, let these fools know what's up.
Was that
Megaforce
age joke?
Huh?
I think he was coming at you for your age.
What?
Because you're like
you guys weren't. Both of you guys probably weren't born when Megaforce was out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just saying.
Megaforce.
See,
not words.
Thank you, Benny. Megaforce was awesome. Yeah. See the motorcycle in the top left corner? Yeah, that was me. Fucking shooting rockets at my fucking cousin on 4th of July. Yeah. Megaforce, dude. That's the shit. Look at that guy. How much cooler can you be? He's got the chick. He's got the bandana. Come on. That's fucking.
Got an 80s goatee.
Deeds, not words, baby.
What's it about?
Fucking. It's like a futuristic, like space army fucking movie kind of thing. It's like Mad Max on fucking crack. It's fucking great.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a futuristic G.I. Joe, man. It's fucking great. The vehicles were like the shit for the time.
They look like Transformers.
Now it would be kind of fucking lame, but whatever.
That looks like Rodimus Prime in the bottom left a little bit.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, Megaforce, baby. Let's go.
All right. So
the dogs definitely hate the fireworks. That's another thing. Fucking having dogs that my dog wasn't freaked out at all for pretty much her whole life. But now that she's older, yeah, she hears those fucking big booming and all that shit going outside. And she's like, fucking just loses her mind. Kind of weird. So poor dogs.
I don't think it bothers the cat Jingly that much, or at least he hasn't acted like it did, but it never really got too loud around here. Like there were fireworks shows like sort of nearby, like you could kind of see them like from the back porch or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I guess they also weren't that loud here, I guess. And then we also watched ID4 yesterday too. Independence Day, the movie.
God, there's a 4th version of that?
No, just the original one.
Okay. I was a what?
Yeah. Okay. Which is funny because I was calling it ID4, and then my sister-in-law and Mrs. Hedgehog were like, "What? ID4?" I'm like, "ID4. That's like a nickname for the movie Independence Day." They're like, well, "I've never heard that before in my life," and I'm like, "I'm pretty sure it was called ID4 like from the first commercial when it was first." Do you remember the Independence Day commercial? Like it was a Super Bowl commercial, and like this is. What year did it come out? 95, 96, 93, something like that? 93, I think. I think it was 93.
Somewhere early 90s, yeah.
But that's back before, like, you would hear everything about a movie before, like, it came out, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure it was a Super Bowl commercial and, like, didn't say anything else. There were just black screen white text. And it was, like, on July 2nd, they came, right? Then it goes black and then more text. On July 3rd, they attacked. And then it said on July 4th, we fight back. Mm-hmm. And then the only thing they show the spaceship above the White House and it like vaporizing the White House. And then it was like in theaters, July, whatever it was. And I was like, oh my God. One of the coolest commercials for a movie I've ever seen. Yeah, Dorclair says 96 probably. But yeah, ID4. So
what's up, Sig?
What about Rhino? What'd you guys do yesterday? Did you do anything special? Go to any barbecues? See any bad movies?
Amber went to her parents. They light off fireworks and stuff. I just sat in, slept the better part of the day.
Nice.
And then I binge watched The Lincoln Lawyer. It's an excellent show if you have not seen it.
I have not. Who's in that? Is that Matthew McConaughey?
No. The Netflix original Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, okay. Was he in a movie called The Lincoln Lawyer?
Yeah.
Gotcha. The Lincoln Lawyer. All right, that's cool.
Yeah,
What
we
about you,
didn't
Eric?
go. We didn't go watch any fireworks last night. Well, I mean, because I had to work last night, so I mean, I got I got to spend my brother came down. He usually comes down on the 4th to hang out with me and my mom and my dad. So he
Mhm.
came down, and so when I got off work yesterday morning, um, I'm always the cook of the house, so I grabbed us some nice ribeye steaks and some
Nice.
potato salad and some shrimp ceviche and
Oof.
some Bush's baked beans and some fixins. And yeah, I cooked up some pretty awesome freaking ribeye steaks, and we had a nice meal, and we sat around, and me and my brother watched a couple shows up in my room, and my parents were watching some TV downstairs, and then I had to go to sleep and go to work. So, but it was cool because when I came home, I had a beautiful ribeye steak, a leftover one from yesterday. So I had steak and eggs this morning. Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Nice.
That's not bad
Yep.
at all.
Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. 3 eggs over easy with a nice ribeye. Come on. There's no better way to start the day.
I made
Especially on your
steaks
day off.
the other day. ShopRite had a great sale. This is how old I am, but what I eat is partially guided by either what my kids might like, and then 2, what's on sale. The ridiculous like sale on steaks. So I hooked those up just in the broiler, nice and easy. Fantastic. And my kids love steaks.
What kind of steaks you get?
They were, I want to say sirloins, maybe.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. They were good though. I'm bad with actual cuts of steak, and I normally go for a bone-on steak, bone-on cut of meat in general, just because I think that they taste better that way.
Yes, sir.
I feel like for Sig, this sounds perfect, doesn't it? Sig says he trained his dog from a puppy not to react to fireworks. She ignores the explosions like a warhorse. So I wonder how that training went. I'm imagining like all his crazy military displays.
It's like guys that train their dogs like they're hunting dogs not to react to gunfire. That's a big training for dogs, because if you shoot a gun in front of a regular dog, yeah, they'll roll over and die. They'll literally like drop dead of a heart attack right there. But hunting dogs, massive freaking gunfire around those dogs, and they're just like, what? Like, no big. You know what I mean? They're like totally trained for it.
It's amazing they can be trained to be like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I can't even keep my cat off the counter.
Yeah.
Like, no, what are you doing? And he just looks at me. He's like,
because cats are assholes, dude. Everybody
and
knows
then he's
that.
like, because he's looking at me, he's like trying to gauge what are the chances that this guy actually gets up and does anything about this.
They know you're not gonna do shit.
He looked at me and yelled. He yells all the time. What difference does it make? I'm gonna go have some of this coffee.
Yeah. Why not?
But shit, what was I just gonna say? There's something else I wanted to say too. They are. I think cats are assholes.
Hey, before we get into anything, any new pickups for you guys? Anything new? Anything come in the mail? Any new buys? Nothing. Any new?
You have anything right now?
I do not.
Man,
Kind of pump the brakes on that pre-ordering or ordering anything at all.
you guys are failing me.
I got one here. I got a couple actually. Here, let me
What'd you
dig
get?
myself here. So I finally got the next round of Vac Metal Silverhawks.
Nice. See? Way to go, buddy. Way to go.
So I got Steel Will.
That's nice, dude. That Vac Metal is fucking beautiful.
And Bluegrass.
Oh, that one's cool, bro. That one is super dope, bro.
Before we're done, I might.
Are you taking those out of package?
Yeah,
yeah. I'm not. Like I said, I know. Like I said, you're half and half, but those things look fantastic in package, bro.
Yeah, I already have Quicksilver and Steelheart, and I took them out. Had to.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Steel Will does look really good in package, like in person at least.
Yeah.
It's hard to photograph it because there's so much glare in the package, but he looks awesome. But I have 2 of the vintage Steel Wills actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Curtis got them too. He said he hasn't opened them yet.
Nice.
But yeah, they're awesome. I'm very excited they finally showed up.
Yeah.
The Vac Metal Silverhawks are amazing.
Super dope.
So the only thing is the regular Super 7 Ultimates Bluegrass came with like a giant additional accessory for when like he's playing his like his guitar.
Yeah, like the music coming out of it or
Yeah,
something?
the musical notes or whatever, but it comes with the regular version, not the VAC metal version.
Okay.
So I need that accessory, and there is
Yeah,
one listed on eBay for like $8. So.
That freaking man. Ooh, that's a big one. Ooh,
Oh, your In Art Batman came in?
nice, dude.
I know.
Is
I
that
know
a
exactly what it is.
that's a 1/12 scale, isn't it? Or is it
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a 1/12 scale, right?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Dude,
Nice.
that's something else. When the Matt Reeves Batman ended this morning, I was like, I want a Matt Reeves Batman now. And now I'm like, dude, if InArt does a Matt Reeves Batman, because I didn't get the Bale one they did.
Mhm.
I want a Reeves one now for sure.
Nice.
But
Very cool.
one more quick thing. This guy.
Yeah, hedgy, baby.
So, as you may or may not recall, Dirk Designs had created this hedgehog 3D printed torso and head piece. And I think with the prompting or input of Purple Gang Gang, named it after me, JD Hedgehog Esquire.
Nice.
So grabbed a couple of them, and this bad boy was painted up for me by the one and only Anthony House Seal from the Toy Forge. Painted this bad boy for me, sent it over. I meant it to be like a commission, but he has refused payment. So he did an incredible job.
Guy.
And yeah,
awesome.
dude, Anthony's awesome.
Hell yeah.
But so I just popped him on a Sir Wayne body because I thought that would look pretty cool, and I think it does. So I'm pretty excited about this.
Hell yeah.
JD Hedgehog Esquire. I think because Dirk was over in Japan for a while, he's back now. So I believe on his sign, DirkDesignsAndCustoms.com. Sorry, that's okay. There's little kids causing all kinds of mischief upstairs.
Let them be kids, bro.
I believe more of these torsos are available. So check it out, man.
Awesome.
So, I think that's it.
Well, I
Uh-oh.
pulled the trigger and pre-ordered, not Mythic Legions. I pre-ordered the Mondo Manny Faces figure.
Yeah.
Had to do it. Had to do
awesome.
it. Definitely one of the characters I've been waiting for. Definitely one of them. So, yeah, that thing looks freaking awesome. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, there's no doubt about it. I'm getting it.
Where's the?
So I did have a pre-order. They put up the Mezco Nightwing. I know I said I was out.
Oh, you went in on them?
They pulled them back in.
I did get that one.
Oh, I can do this.
Nice.
There. Ah.
Good for you, Ryan. Good for you, brother. Good
But
for you.
at this point, I'm just cherry picking. I'm not getting everything that they release. It's too expensive.
I told you, go after what you love, not everything that they drop. Good for you though, dude. That's awesome. That's a good figure.
Because I didn't get the blue version. I only pre-ordered this one.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I think that's a good rule of thumb. If a pre-order comes up and there's just like there's not even a question in your mind, you're like, I need that. That's when you know you need it.
So long as it's not everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem I have.
Yeah. Everything that comes up, I need it. I need it. I need it.
Just waiting on them to do the Red Hood. That's it.
Nice.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm as far as the Mondo figures, Brian Carr says I have every Mondo Motu figure, and yeah, I love them, but I'll tell you what, I've cherry picked every single one of them because of the ones that speak to me or the ones that are nostalgic to me.
This is badass.
You have the regular trap, the original Trapjaw, right? Not the
I have Trapjaw. I have all the originals. I have Trapjaw, Merman, the original He-Man, Battle Cat, Skeletor. I have both Hordax because I love both versions of. I just had to have both of them. Whatever. I have Man at Arms and Beast Man, and now I'm gonna have this guy, Manny Faces.
Nice.
And I think the Manny Faces looks incredible. He looks awesome.
Super freaking awesome. Yeah, love it.
It's funny. The metallic blue reminds me of the Legion's Operative 83, the way they
Mhm.
did the color scheme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
it totally looks like Operative 83. It's freaking awesome.
Do you have a favorite? I mean, I know what the answer is, but I'll ask you on the show. Favorite of the Mondo Motu series?
Aside from the Battle Cat, which is just an enormous, beautiful sculpted piece of artwork, the Man at Arms is definitely my favorite one of the line. I think it's
And that's the
one of the
OG one.
yeah, the OG one. I think it's fucking fantastic the way they did that character, the way their version of it. It's so good, so much fun.
Yeah, I've got.
But they're all beautiful though, man. I mean, you look at them; they're all works of art. Every single one of them is they're such great pieces, man.
Is there any that you ended up not picking up that you kind of
Yeah,
regret?
I didn't get. I'm not into because like in my small, Motu era where I played with Motu, by the time I got out of Motu, there was a lot of characters that I like really wasn't into, or like I didn't get Buzz Off. I mean, Buzz Off's a cool character, but I wasn't a Buzz Off kid. You know what I mean? I didn't get. I have no ties to Scareglow like that. I didn't get. Of course, you all know I hate She-Ra, so I didn't get She-Ra. I've been on the fence about getting Tila. I kind of want to get the Tila figure, but I guess you'll have to wait. So, but yeah, there's quite a few of them, and I haven't gotten any of the like con exclusive ones or the variant ones, or you know what I mean. Like I'm not into the variants or whatever. So, but yeah, the ones that I have, I'm very very happy with, and they display beautifully. So I'm just over the moon about that whole line, man. It's so great.
So no interest in urine testing. I mean, mini comic version of Trapjaw.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No. And I'm not into like the filmation ones that they do. Like they do like some filmation colorways and stuff like that or whatever. And I didn't get the Orko. The Orko I didn't get because it's weird. Like the Orko that they put out, I actually like the smaller version that they have of him that's more like the filmation version rather than the actual figure that comes in the set. So it's like, but I didn't want to waste that kind of money just to get that little tiny figure. You know what I mean? So
I'm sure it's parted out if you really wanted to get it at some point.
probably. It's weird too because one of the I think it's Man at Arms. The Man at Arms that I have, there's like one of his accessories, like this little guy, this little kid that comes with Manny Faces. There's a little accessory. It's like a little jar, and Orko's he's like peeking out of it. Like you can see his eyes like peeking out of it. So in a way, I kind of have an Orko, and so
check it out.
Oh,
Ackerman.
Ooh, coming through, brother.
Make a deal, bro. There you go.
Yeah, we could talk, bro. We could talk because I would definitely love to add that classic looking Orko to my collection. That's the only reason I didn't buy that set was because I didn't want to buy all that rest of that shit just to get that Orko. So yeah, talk to me, brother. We'll definitely make a deal.
I love, and we've
100%.
talked about this, I think, a bunch of times. I love the Mondo Motu line.
Yeah.
But again, very much picking and choosing. I've had the original Merman for a while. I have the deluxe Skeletor they did just the last year, the year before. And I have Disco Skeletor is right back there.
Nice.
Because I'm setting up a shelf with my 6-scale figures right there as soon as you come down into the basement. And you're going to have Disco Skeletor, there's Hot Toys Batman, and then I haven't set up the rest yet, but then it'll be Deluxe Skeletor. I don't know what look yet, probably Dragon Blaster. And then I guess the only other 6-scale figure that I actually have is Mondo. Weirdly enough, Jubilee. Mondo Jubilee I have because I thought she looked awesome. And I always like, it's not that I'm like this super Jubilee fan, but she's super memorable to me just because she's kind of like, from the animated series, she's sort of like the viewer's avatar, at least for the beginning of the series. Brian Carr, $5 super chat. Thanks, buddy. He says, drove 8 hours to PowerCon 2023 because Attack Peter held a Filmation Hordak and Merman for me from a warehouse find
Nice.
And they have a problem. LOL. Is Attack Peer? It's one of the guys from Mondo, I assume. That's really cool, man. That's so funny that you were there because I was there too. PowerCon 2023 was freaking amazing, and the Mondo booth in particular was so cool, man. Eric, like,
Gorgeous.
you were you've been in a Mondo booth before, but like, so when they have like
many
all that,
a times. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, many a times. I was actually at the Mondo booth at
just the
where
other
was
week,
I?
right?
Yeah, just the other week at Monster Palooza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So and you got to see, that's right, you got to see the what do they have, like test shot or prototypes of the Manny faces there?
No, what did they have there? It had dude, I took pictures of it and I shared it on the oh, they had the Filmation Beastman there. That's what they had. And they had their 1/12 He-Man 2000X prototype there. Or like the full painted like
Oh yeah.
prototype. And they had a bunch of other figures. Obviously, they had a display cases with a bunch of shit. So, but that was like what kind of what I took pictures of.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, freaking that Filmation Hordak, dude. I had bought the original one, but when they showed the Filmation one in that blue skin color, dude, I was like, fuck, I have to get that, dude. Like, that's so dope. It's so good.
You could just customize it and make it a 6th scale Dragul.
Yeah, true.
But
I don't know if I'd ever be customizing Mondo figures. Fuck all that.
That's some balling ass shit right there.
Dude. They're too expensive.
These are just my fodder Mondos over here.
Yeah. Wow.
My fodder bin, and it's like a dumpster, like full of like crazy Mondo
That's a
pieces.
flex.
Yeah. All right. You guys keep talking for a minute. I'm gonna run upstairs, and then when we come back, maybe we'll get into Einsamall.
Yeah.
Sounds
we
good.
will. Yeah,
I'll be right back.
will. So, I know me and you have kind of been talking to the same people here, Rygon, and I'm pretty excited to say that I've put in my hat in the ring and am going to attend the Carver Con in July 2026, dude. Had a nice chat with Brian, and I'm in 100%, dude. And he was talking about having you possibly throw some work in there and make you part of that thing, dude. I'd like to see something. I'd like to see something come out of that, dude.
So he hit me up, and it completely slipped my mind because it was huge. Because to be asked to do something like that, especially with the other people that he asked, I kind of feel like he asked a great group of people to do this. And the first thing I said was, absolutely, I'm honored, but I don't think I can live up to the expectations that you have set.
Well, let me give you some word of advice and encouragement here. Coming from experience, I know for me, it was an absolute honor the first time Jeremy contacted me before the first Legions Con in 2021 and asked me to attend as a vendor or an exhibitor at the show. And I was like over the moon to imagine that my work would even stand against, any of the work that I had seen throughout the community that was being represented in the customizing community. When I went to that Legions Con, my mindset was full on. Like I literally thought I was going to be like laughed out of the room. Like when I set up my table, I'm like, these people are going to just be like, what are you doing here? Like, you have no business in this community. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I truly felt. I literally thought I was just going to be laughed out of the room. Like, dude, like, what a joke. Like, your customs suck, or, you know what I mean? Like, I just had no idea what to expect, but it was completely the opposite. And I think that's one of the greatest things about this community, that though you may think your stuff's not the best, and all of us share that same feeling about anything that we do compared to anything that anybody else does. But the greatest thing is that there's support from the community that will help to inspire you. There's people that you can obviously learn from to just be better at what you do. And it's just having, open conversations and communication with friends like myself, with John, with anybody else in the community to talk about how we can improve our work or what we think we could do better, like as far as like what we might think, you know what I mean, as far as like positive like reinforcement for yourself, or constructive criticism for you, you know what I mean. It was really cool the one time when John and I were back and forth with you for a minute on that one of those shots that you took where we were talking about the different angles and stuff like that. And hate to say it, dude, that turned out to be a fucking fantastic shot that you got. You know what I mean? But it was all about, just, kind of feeling it out and figuring out what's the better path to take. But as far as your photo work, dude, don't deny yourself, dude. It's an opportunity to, like I said, showcase what you do and bring something really cool to the table. And especially to have your stuff be part of like a first ever con, in a sense, that's, like I said, that's an amazing opportunity. So do not, don't deny it at all, man. Like I said, you've earned it, and I think you could do something awesome for it. So
think about it. Who wouldn't roll up to a table and buy a Ryan Gonzalez print? I'd buy 20 of them, but like,
and that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about having some, not to sell, just do like a small run just to kind of hand out for this year's Legion's Con. But I do like it for CarverCon. If I do a photo, obviously I'm going to, I need to get more of Carver's pieces, because if it's for CarverCon, I would like to have a lot of his work in my work for his convention.
You don't have any Carver pieces?
I do, but not enough, because his stuff is insanely good. Like I need to get a set of those fucking pillars, dude.
Those pillars are fucking amazing, dude. Dude, way before he went to fucking Mesquite Con, dude, I was like sold, bro. I'm like, I don't care what he's like. I have to wait till I'm like, I don't care, whatever happens. Fucking those are coming to me, dude. Fucking screw everybody at the con. Those are mine. Yeah, those are freaking fantastic, dude. I'm super stoked to have those, dude. It's freaking you got to get them for sure. And now he's doing them with the torches too, so which is even cooler.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's really
his
cool.
Torches are top notch, man. They are incredible.
Super dope. But yeah, dude, like I said, I definitely expect to see something from you, dude, because I'm like I said, as far as how Brian explained it, he wants to involve as many artists and their talents as he possibly can to really just make this show all about the customizing and artistic community. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Dude, his little, and this one, I won this actually with a couple of them together for one of the like the charity drives in the Cabal or something like that. Dude, his stuff is so freaking amazing. It's a part of like maybe my favorite thing ever, the custom of my son Chase's character. So that tells you what I think about his stuff.
Hell yeah.
Freaking amazing, dude.
I did want to say to everybody in the chat, I appreciate your kind words, and to you guys for the constructive criticism. I appreciate everybody supporting me and
hell yeah, dude.
I put out.
Yeah, because we'll tell you the truth, but at the same time, like we've seen like so much of your stuff, like as you're working on it and stuff. And I think technically you're becoming like a really great photographer. But the thing that really hits me is I can see the story that you're telling. You know what I mean? Like you have a style, you very much are like, there's typically like in the midst of sort of something going on, like, but a lot of times you'll veer towards like a brooding, like in the castle type of thing. And you can feel like the mood, like it's really cool. Like not everybody doesn't have that talent. So you start with that and you've got that for sure.
And you know we're good. You know all three of
Yeah.
us are gonna brainstorm with you to come up with a fucking totally dope shot, dude. So
Oh yeah.
there's no doubt about it. You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's what, and I've kind of leaned into that more of the darker, grittier kind of feel of the shot. Cause I've tried taking like the lighter shots and they don't quite translate
Yeah.
as I'm doing it. So
Yeah,
I kind of,
I like the darker feel of the shots.
yeah,
A lot of the stuff, a lot of the faces hidden in shadow, and I mean, I like that kind of stuff, dude. I like
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Curtis chiming in here, kind of echoing, I think, what a lot of us feel already. $4.99 super chat. First of all, thank you, Curtis, again. Rygon, your photography is amazing. I appreciate you putting yourself out there. Don't let that imposter syndrome get you. You are very talented. Agree
Absolutely.
100%.
Agreed.
And
Yep.
I just want to say I'm not slacking. It is just, we live on the 3rd floor of an old Victorian. The room where I take them pictures is like 90 plus degrees every day. So
that
and
always,
with all the lights, it's
yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
They can't be easy as you're trying to like fine tune one little part very carefully without disturbing anything. Meanwhile, it's 1,000 degrees at the same time.
Well, Ryan, if you could wake up at 3:00 in the morning to get to be first in line at a con, you could wake up at 3:00 in the morning to take some photos, right? So just quit fucking whining and
Fair point.
get up before the sun comes up, okay? Then it won't
Yeah,
be so hot.
Love Fest is over. Just get that shit done. Jesus.
Exactly. Fucking hear you crying.
But Amber says you're amazing, Rye. Hearty face.
Thank you, Amber.
Yes. Rye Oxstar. The Rye Oxstar over here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Want to take a look at this wave, man?
Dude,
Yes.
Sort of save the. I decided. Oh, another thing is, it made me think of it. So, Carvacon looks awesome. It looks really cool. I love who's doing it. I love all the people so far that have already committed to it. We're just about 1 year away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there's virtually no chance I'll be able to go just because Mrs. Hedgehog's birthday just happens to be July 12th. So I probably won't make it, but that's okay. If I can't make it, I'll be very excited to hear all the sights, see the sights, hear the sounds, and hear all the stories from everybody because it looks freaking awesome. Yeah, but for the same reason, I'm also not going to be available for a live stream next weekend just because it's Mrs. Hedgehog's birthday.
Elijah freaking
Oh yeah,
Jonathan just watched the Batman yesterday for the first time. How about that?
this morning
for the first time ever.
And I thought that movie was incredible. My favorite actor, though, there was this one, I don't even know who it was, but there's the scene, they've seen it, showed it in some trailers where there's some like these young hooligans with like painted faces. There was one guy in particular gave the greatest performance I think I've ever seen in a movie. So I don't know who it was. So
yeah, I gotta watch it.
Amazing.
Just for that scene.
2 thumbs up, both of my toes.
Yep.
Other things, all of them up for you. I mean, for whoever that was. Hi, Archie.
Yeah.
Steph with the 199 super chat. Thank you, Steph. She just wanted to say, Curtis, you are beautiful. That's true. Speaking of which, I have a feeling we're going to be talking about him in just a second. Careful, don't trip, guys, over the action figures. Don't hurt that. Say hi.
Hey.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right, good. All right. So, Elijah says, "Oh, awesome! Blink and you'll miss me, brothers."
I'll go back as many times as I need to see you, buddy.
That's right. We need to screenshot it and make it a T-shirt. All right. But all right. I think I have. Sorry, guys. Going back to my photos here. While at the same time keeping an eye out to make sure that.
Oh, hey, right. Did you have you seen the venue space?
I only saw the one picture. I haven't seen
of the inside of the venue.
Yeah,
dude, does that look amazing or what?
It's incredible,
dude.
Me and Amber are making every effort to make it out there.
Oh, dude, if you guys don't make it, I'll kill both of you. Yeah.
So, in case you were wondering, here I can show this real quick. You can get closer if you want.
Yes.
Oh no, that's not a good one, dude. That's not a good one. Hold
I
on.
just went to the Instagram.
Oh, hold on. You ready for this, dude?
Oh, you're gonna send it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Send it over. Send it.
No, I'm gonna keep it to myself. Dumbass.
I don't
want you
know.
to see it. You never know.
Tell me how beautiful that room looks, dude.
Let me do it over here so I don't mess that up.
Yeah, and I told Brian, dude, as a community, I mean,
That's clean, dude. That's clean.
Right.
Hold on one second.
I said, don't take all of the brunt of this, the responsibility all on your shoulders, dude. I said, if we're gonna do it as a community, I said, let's do it together. Succeed or fail as far as how the show goes or the turnout. Let's just do it together and let's just have a great time together and let's just rock this thing, dude. Let's just have an amazing time and yeah, this
this is the one that I saw.
Yeah, this looks amazing, dude. This
Beautiful
is an
space.
amazing space, dude. Hell yeah. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
And
I'm super pumped, dude.
middle of July, but inside, so
Yeah.
And
hope I don't know. I didn't even ask Brian. I'm sure it does, but I didn't even ask Brian if the hotel had a swimming pool because it's July. I'm sure it's gonna be fucking pool weather. So
yeah.
pool parties afterwards. Come on, it's on.
Oh, thank you, Mythic Dolphin. Mythic Dolphin says, Hedgehog, your daughter is cute. My daughter is 9 years old. Enjoy all the time with your kids. It matters.
That's right.
Agreed. My daughter is cute. My daughter is 11. Archer is actually my niece. She's 3. And she just comes over because she wants to see the birthday video that I made her. Right, Archie? You want to see your video? She's just like, yes. Yeah, but CarverCon looks awesome.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see here. Was there anything
It's going to
else?
be awesome, dude. No matter what, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, this is good. This is cool to show. Hold on one second. I'll show this too. Here we go. Stop.
Did the block for the hotel open up already? I didn't.
No, I think he said
Okay,
he's still
okay.
working on that. He's still working out the details for that.
All right, cool.
So these were some of the commitments, but this is weeks ago. So more have been added.
Oh yeah.
Wolf King Toys, AWOC, Legion's ladies are going to have something. PB Customs, Thomas Belay. It's going to be a great, cool show.
Yeah.
Speaking of Schmerben, he's got a couple of a few heavy hitter interviews. He did a 2-parter with Jeremy. Jeremy Gerard. The one with Jeremy Govier, I think, is in the future. And then one with Eric Treadaway as well.
Yeah.
So check that out on Schmerber's channel.
Yep. Yeah, this will be. I'm telling you, man. As soon as we talked about it for a couple minutes, and I said, "You got me, dude. I'm in, 100%. Count me in. I'm there. Definitely down." It'll be a cool trip to Ohio too, man. Never been to Ohio, so I'm all about it. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, my Silverhawks were in Grove City for about a week and a half, so. One second. Rio. All right. For a second, I was just grabbing. Now what did I do with it? So I figured, especially since we haven't done a giveaway in a while, and not going to be around next week. Oh no! Let me not ruin the giveaway. Ugh. Since we were talking about Motu, and since I got this guy and I don't know what I'm going to do with him anyway, I'm going to give away my Rio Blast, my Motu Origins Rio Blast.
Nice.
To a lucky viewer / listener today, just as a thank you to all the people that check in and for all the super chats and everything. Figured I'll shoot out my Rio Blast to somebody cool in the chat, and we're gonna make it real easy. Real easy. Can you guess? Rio Blast.
There it is.
Hashtag Rio Blast. Although I think I learned, if I understood this correctly from another stream, that you don't have to put the hashtag in. That it collects it whether or not there's a hashtag. But I don't know, the page says hashtag. So
I think people are just so used to doing it, they just do it anyways, regardless.
Yeah. So there you go. We're gonna keep it going for now, at least, because that's the way I put it in. So hashtag Rio Blast. Hashtag Rio Blast to win a Rio Blast.
Hell yeah.
Let me fix up a banner here real quick. Here we go. Do this. Rio Blast giveaway. Hashtag Rio Blast. There we go. Rio Blast, Rio Blast. Okay, cool. Also, another cool thing, one of the many cool things about my cute little niece, loves toys, loves action figures. So all that stuff people tell you about kids not wanting to play with toys and action figures, at least for this 3-year-old, is not true. She loves coming over and playing with all my toys. She's pulling it. She's grabbing Mythic Legions. She's grabbing Marvel Legends, whatever. She's having fun with them.
That's how it's supposed to be, bro.
All right. But that's not all that happened this week.
Oh, no.
There we go. This happened.
Look at that beauty.
Man.
Dude, hold on one second. Let me just how cool is that? So the Horror of Einsamall wave was revealed this week. Initial thoughts.
Fantastic.
That's it? Just fantastic? Nothing else?
No, the fucking soft goods are incredible. And this, I forget her name already, but the sculpt on her head, dude, she is beautiful.
Yeah, the paint apps on
Yeah.
these figures are just fucking fantastic. New scales, new soft goods, new I mean, just man, so much good stuff in this one, man. So good. And a polar bear. Fucking a polar bear.
So when it first got announced, I was pumped about two things. One, the fact that it was going to be set in like a wintry tundra type environment, which is something that I very much love. I posted a picture of it. I have a permanent display that's sort of like an icy Arctic type display with like a little, Arctic dio piece that I got. My ice troll, some other like wintry looking figures, and of course the centerpiece are my late night LeBron frost goblins. They're all a part of it. So I was super pumped that, number one, that was going to be the environment. And then two, the fact that it was like sort of like horror themed.
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you guys think about when you saw like the fact, the thumbnail had a sign that had blood all over it? Blood doesn't often get advertised as part of a Legion's wave, but they were doing it with this one. When you guys specifically about like the horror type theming, what were your thoughts about that, Eric?
Thought it was pretty cool seeing the Four Horsemen Studios turn a new page where they've really held strong on staying away from like the gore, you know what I mean? The blood and guts kind of thing. And to see them kind of step into like new territory with this wave and the storylines, really cool. I thought it was really cool. I think it's done very well. Still, I mean, they didn't really throw anything on the figures as far as like the gores, but which is still I feel is a touch of class on their part. But as far as the storyline and like the lore behind it, I mean, it's got a lot of like gore to it. So I think it's a really cool step in a whole new direction for the studio.
What about you, Rhino?
I can only echo what Eric said, and I love the fact that yes, it is gore, but it's not like overly done. Like it makes sense as a part of the story. Dude, that werewolf, and finally we got a werewolf, man. I'm
Yeah.
so fucking excited about that.
Yeah.
And it's
Super
like
dope.
it's different too, right? Like it's a totally new scale. Is that, or well, is this more of like a, it's about 9 inches tall, they said, right?
So 3.0, they said, right?
Yeah.
So is he bigger than Leodicius, or is he about the same size?
I want to say it's about the same size.
But he's a different, like a different body than, for example, the cackler, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Because I know a lot of people,
Yeah,
myself,
he's definitely like an ogre scale because he's got ogre scale parts on him. I mean, he's definitely wearing some ogre scale stuff on him. So
where's
and that belt or whatever the hell it's called, that head on the belt, dude, it is just the little things that they do to make these figures so great.
mm-hmm. The cool thing too is like the kind of like the, you know, what his backstory is, because he comes, you know, bearing like broken chains and you know, obviously he was held down somewhere, and he, you know, now he's kind of escaped and doing his thing. But so it's kind of like it's cool backstory fodder for like, okay, where did this guy come from? Like, you know, yeah, there you go. It's the Odysseus body. So yeah, this is, like I said, this wave is fantastic, dude. I was really blown away by the soft goods on yeah, it's freaking so good.
So there's the scale that you can see.
Beast, bro. Beast. So good.
Crap.
So all right, so there you can see like how much the werewolf towers over everyone. There we go. There we go.
And for every time we say that when you shouldn't look back at the older figures, this right here is the exact reason.
It's exactly what we're talking about.
Only getting better every single time they release a wave.
Yeah.
And I love that you get like the snarling face with the green eyes here, and then you have the jaws bared, like kind of like growling, roaring face down here too. So
okay, what's your guys' favorite of the wave?
I will say that definitely my favorites are
no favorites. Favorite.
my favorites.
Jesus Christ.
I was going to go one by one through them first, but the wolf is the star of the show to me. The wolf is by far and away the star of the show.
How about you, Ryan?
The wolf is a great figure, but Commander Igraine, if that's how you pronounce it.
Commander Migraine, yeah.
Yes. Just because she's such a beautiful figure.
The She-Ra of the wave, if you will.
Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I actually like that figure, dude. So come on.
The She-Ra of the wave. Huge She-Ra vibes here. Everyone agrees.
Igraine is definitely my favorite of the wave.
Really?
It's definitely my favorite, dude. It's fucking awesome. She's fucking awesome, dude.
So is it just from the character build, or from a customized?
No. Well, I'll tell you, these figures, the figures that they're making now, dude. I mean, come on. I'm not gonna kid anybody, dude. I'm not looking to customize anything on this thing. It's just too good. It's just beautiful the way it is, and it's like I said, they've gone above and beyond expectation for, you know, the way that they've designed and, you know, armored and clothed these figures, and everything that comes with it is just beautiful, dude. It's just beautiful. But yeah, definitely my favorite of the wave is definitely Igraine. Cool. So good. The paint apps, dude. Fucking paint apps are amazing on that head sculpt, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say,
So good.
I wanted to ask you specifically, what do you think about the face? It's a different sort of kind of expression.
I like it, dude. I
yeah.
like it. I like it.
Kind of like almost regal a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Brick agrees. Brick says, Igraine's excellent. She's my favorite. Then Burris. Oh my God, so 3 for Igraine.
Mm-hmm.
4, Benny Torres says, yeah, the female's definitely my favorite. The wolf is cool and awesome. We're finally getting one from 4 Horsemen, but the female, definitely my favorite.
Yep.
Sig says, perfect figure.
Absolutely.
Couldn't
dude.
agree more.
Absolutely.
G says she's the winner for sure. Big D&D vibes. D&D vibes, huh?
And I like the variation in the weapons that we're getting to with the broadsword that she has and that hammer.
Dude, that hammer's fucking epic,
Yeah.
dude. That hammer's epic.
So that's the head of the hammer. That doesn't use the same base as Attila's hammer.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Nope. That's a different base. Yeah, that hammer's fucking awesome.
Well, I love
one gripe I will say.
Oh shit.
Is it would have been cool. It would have been cool if they would have had a Carver Customs style torch
that lit up.
That lit up.
That actually lit up. Yes.
I think
I almost thought they were going there.
I think they, yeah. When I saw that torch, I'm like, dude, did Carver Customs help do that torch? I'm like, what? Yeah. I'm like, what do we have here? Yeah, I thought it would have been really cool if they would have done a Carver Customs style torch. Obviously, that would have changed the price point. We all know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it would have been super cool. But I'm sure Brian's looking at that torch and going, hold my beer.
He's like, oh, it'll light up.
Yeah, he's like, I got a torch for you.
Well, for the accessory set, they're like, yeah, you can light it up like a Brian Carver accessory piece.
Yeah,
you just put it over. They left a space for like a tea light.
Yeah, the tea light. Yeah.
On the reveal, Joe Vassapolo lit it up and then turned the light out, and it looked fucking really good. Actually, it looked pretty incredible.
Yeah. No, it looked fantastic. But yeah, I know Brian's like, hold on a second. Let's see what we can do here.
Steph says she's hot. Now I feel teased, so I need the Nieve parts by Legions in some capacity.
Yeah. Yeah, she's an amazing, like I said, that's an amazing figure, dude.
Yeah.
Super freaking awesome.
Heinrich says, Werewolf 1, Igraine 2, The Guy 3. Oh, the guy is like the Nordic Viking guy, right? Halvard.
Halvard. Yes.
Halvard, yeah.
Halvard of Whippany. So we have a new scale. We have a lot to talk about here. New scale, gnomes. So, and I do have to say, so first of all, before we get into it, Mrs. Hedgehog is a big gnome fan. She likes gnomes. She has a gnome collection. So for every holiday, there's got to be holiday versions of gnomes. We have gnomes outside in the garden, a gnome on the porch. Loves David the Gnome, the cartoon. As soon as this one came on, I ran out. Mrs. Hedgehog was out on the porch, and I was like, Victoria, you got to come in here and see this on the Mythic Legion stream. And of course, she's awesome, even though she doesn't care about Mythic Legions. She runs in, and she's like, what? And I'm like, they're making gnomes. And I am not lying. She started screaming.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
True story. Super cool. Eric, I know this has got to on some level speak to you too. I know you've before worked on original, like small, imp like style characters.
Yeah.
So now the Horsemen are making them. They're making what they call imp scale 4-inch characters. What are your thoughts?
I think it's great, man. It's great to see a new scale. I mean, like I said, I always imagined they would go a lot bigger rather than smaller, but to see them take this challenge and full on just crush it with a whole new scale. I mean, and this is crazy how small that figure is, and to still have like the articulation points that it does, and you know what I mean? It's amazing, dude. I think it's amazing. I think they did a fantastic job on this figure. I think it's great. And again, the sculpt work, the paint job, fucking beautiful. Beautiful. I love the removable cap. I love that it's a 2-piece. That's so cool. Like how he's rocking Snag's headwear.
Yeah, you pointed that out right away.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
dude, he's got Snag's hat on. That's awesome.
How about the Smurf head? The grumpy Smurf head.
Yeah, the grumpy Smurf.
That's Kirby's favorite. Tundra So this isn't a gnome. This is a Tundra Goblin. It comes with an extra gnome head, as far as Kirby is concerned. Tundra Goblin
That's the
1.
way you see it.
What's his gnome 2? Fuzzy not gnome and overhaul wave. Impossibly good. Well done, Kirby. Yeah, I dig it. I love the new scale. A whole bunch of new possibilities, which is like it made me think original. Customizers have been doing this kind of stuff for a while in a lot of different versions, not just the stuff I mentioned before, but Wolf King had those mouse kits, right? And then frog kits. I have one of the mouse kits. I have a little mouse guy. But now you're not going to need a mouse kit anymore because here we go. Here's the actual bodies.
Yeah, they're still fun to build though, dude. Those mouse kits rocked. I had a great time making those.
I bought a mouse kit, I think at the 2021 Legions Con. So now we're like almost 4 years ago at this point. And I remember I bought one of the painted ones, right? And it felt so cool, like taking the goblin and like I remember I watched a video, like I guess Jeremy probably explained it on probably his live stream or something like that.
Yeah.
And then putting the mouse together with the goblin body, it felt so cool. It felt like you were like really customizing kind of because you're pulling the goblin apart.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's a fun little build, man. Definitely a cool kit to grab if you can find them.
And he comes with a beer barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And a mug of beer with removable beer foam. All right. And we finally got another critter. And it's tiny sized.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this guy, Rygon?
I'm in. I wasn't big on the critters at first, but when I saw this, man, it was an instant need, especially with what it comes with, the fire pit. The stuff that they're throwing in with this, it just adds to the value, and I'm all here for it.
Absolutely.
Just makes the photography better.
That backpack's super dope too.
Yeah.
Especially you could probably utilize it for other figures, you know what I mean? Make them like more adventurers and stuff like that. I think it's super awesome to see that backpack. That's a great accessory. But yeah, they're killing it on the accessory side, man. Adding this kind of stuff, so fucking dope.
And the price stays
especially for the photographers, man. Especially for the photographers.
Yeah, and I love like another thing that comes with like the different scales is that, and you guys both mentioned it before for like the photographers, it's cool, new possibilities. But like I've mentioned before that when I set up a display, even if it's like one line, like a Mo2 shelf, I like to pull figures from different lines in there, like anything from like reaction size up to like, regular 7-inch or whatever it is, because I think having different levels of characters in a display, same thing for a photograph, creates interest. It gives you places for the eye to go as far as like looking all around a display or a picture, and having a smaller character like this fill in some of the space where you have bigger characters around them. I think is a really great thing to like now have.
I'll be honest, I like the Fuzz Monk head on this body better than I like the fox head. I think the fox head would probably look better on a dwarf scale body, because it's just a tad too big for that body. But the Fuzz Monk head looks fantastic on this freaking figure, dude. I think it looks great.
You never have too much Fuzz Monk.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because here he is. Here's Burris with the Fuzz Monk head on.
That looks fantastic.
That looks great.
And our good buddy... So whenever I like to use pictures from Facebook to throw up for StreamYard because they're easy to use, easy to manipulate, easy to right click and save. But the problem is sometimes your messenger's on the same screen.
And
But let's go ahead, Ryan.
oh, I just wanted to throw this out there. Everybody already knows, but for Burris, big congrats to Curtis for the tribute figure, dude. Well deserved. Great
Huge
guy.
congrats, dude.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Let's here. Let's go back to him. Stop screen.
Now, does this mean we have to address Curtis at Legion's Con as Mayor Ackerman?
I don't believe that it does.
Oh, thank God.
But I bet you Darla is making a cape.
Oh, dude,
The
yeah,
mayor
The sash.
as we speak.
yeah, the
It is
sash,
going to happen.
definitely a sash with the top hat. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. But for those, I think most people probably know, but like apparently Curtis has been a big proponent of bringing gnomes into the line. So now the gnomes are finally in the line, and this is a official tribute, right? Official tribute. They said it right on the reveal stream, so I think that makes it official. Curtis chiming in. You can address me as Sweet Cheeks if you like. Darla, if you're listening, if you do the sash, it needs to be Sweet Cheeks, not Curtis.
Sweet Cheeks.
That to say Sweet Cheeks. Please.
Yes.
Just a
I like
request from the
that.
community.
I like that better than Mayor.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, congratulations, dude. Well deserved. I mean,
Congrats, Curtis.
What more can I say, dude? It's fucking awesome. What an honor, dude. So awesome.
I lost one of my lights. But on the subject of tributes, the community, there's a big movement in the community right now.
Oh yeah.
That this guy,
Do it.
the Fox guy with the Fuzzmonk head, and this is a post I pulled up from our good buddy Brad Jones, who is championing the idea of making this an official, unofficial, official tribute to Jesse Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jesse is very well known to be a Fuzzmonk champion, a fan of the Fuzzmonks. Thistlethorn is his favorite character. This is obviously the Thistlethorn head used for this figure. And Brad Jones, doing the real work out there, made a post saying that this should be an official Jesse tribute. In Norse, the name Jesse can be written as Jesse or Jeshai in Old Norse. The latter is a direct transliteration of the Hebrew name. The name can also be written as Isai in some texts. Let's do it.
It's already done, dude. It's already done. We've already made up our mind. That's a Jesse tribute.
Let's go.
Come on, how do you have a Curtis tribute without a Jesse tribute? Really?
Yes.
Come on. It doesn't happen, dude.
Jesse's like, well, it might be the Mephitor head.
No.
No,
Yes.
it's this one, dude.
Thistlethorn, dude.
Yeah, it's Thistlethorn. Michael Casper's in the house.
What's up, Casper?
What's up,
What's up,
Casper?
dude?
Yeah. But yeah, there we go.
Speaking of awesome tributes,
Oh, that's
see,
coming, right?
and they didn't just do a Casper tribute. They gave Brad a little nod too. So you're not going to tell me they're going to give freaking Curtis one and not Jesse. Come on, two go hand in hand, man.
Let's rename. Let's get retroactively retcon if we need to. The name of that figure with the Fuzzmonk head is Jeshai.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be his name to me. Jesse says, "Oh, stop, fellas!
Oh, stop!
Happy birthday, buddy!" But
it's a well-deserved birthday present, pal. That's all I'm saying.
Goddamn right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, we got another one.
You got it.
So, Curtis says on the after party, Jeremy confirmed that the Fuzzmonk head look is a Jesse tribute.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks for the super chat, Curtis, of course. I mean, Sweet Cheeks. Thank you.
So, yeah, get it right, pal.
Too fast, chat. Sweet Cheeks chiming in again. More info tonight on PGG, possibly. Could that mean potentially Jashai becomes canon, or at least Jeremy canon? That would be wonderful. So yeah. So also Purple Gang Gang tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Purple Gang Gang YouTube channel. Appropriately, there's going to be a Jesse Arnold birthday party. So,
I'll be right back.
very exciting. So tune in for that tonight. Purple Gang Gang.
See,
9
that
p.m.
makes me hopeful, man, because now I know that at least, you know, if you don't get a full figure, at least you can get a tribute head, which is even just as cool. And I'm figuring maybe in the next head pack wave that they do for the studio, maybe there'll be 3 heads in there that they'll give a nod to the SDL crew.
That'd be sweet. It's always good to get some head.
Just saying, head is always good.
Head is usually good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take
100%.
it. I'll take it.
100%. So here we go. Now we have Tundra Orc. This sort of like, I got to be honest with you, I'm still sort of figuring this character out in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Painted by Eric Miller. So that's cool.
Very cool.
The
Congrats,
character
Eric.
is interesting because it's like a guy that everyone thinks is a bad guy. The idea is that everyone thinks he might be the killer. Again, the story is there's all these killings up in the north here, and the Castle of Four Sides puts together this adventure party to go see what's going on. And it sounds like the townsfolk suspect the Tundra Orc, excuse me, as potentially being the creature behind the killings. Excuse me. Although it seems like it turns out in the end that maybe it's not him. So the guy that everyone thinks is the bad guy, but maybe he's not really. Tundra Orc. What do you think about this guy, Ryan?
I'm in. I mean, I'm getting an all in regardless, just because of the value. But I do agree with JG. I do wish it had bare feet as opposed to the armored feet. That's my only gripe.
Yeah, the armored boots looks interesting. It looks weird.
It looks cool, but I'm right there with you, JG.
Yeah, I expected it to be like either orc feet or maybe like a furry boot. Because look, the top of the boots are furry, right?
Yeah.
I guess those are just his orc socks.
Orc socks.
Orc socks, yeah. Well, yeah, they just pop out. They're like wigwams. Elijah says more than meets the eye for this guy. G says he's a good guy in my book.
Just misunderstood, that's all.
Yeah. And then we have the polar bear.
Let's go.
Let's go. So Bodvar's already on the way. So it sounds like, and now it sounds like we're going to get Bodvar before the end of the year, which I didn't think was actually going to happen. But now it looks like that might actually happen. So that's cool. But polar bear, I'm super pumped for because, again, remember, I'm a big Arctic display type fan. Every time it snows around here, I'm grabbing my ice troll, and the ice troll is coming outside with me, and I'm taking some photos out in the snow. But now I'll be able to do it with the ice troll can have a battle in the snow with a polar bear. So now I'm pooped up.
Hell yeah.
Pumped about it. Not pooped. That's a different time.
I'm looking forward to
That's in the morning.
having this as my Christmas display with Father Christmas on it.
After coffee.
Yeah. That looks so dope.
Yeah, you mentioned that when it was before.
Yeah.
That would look really cool. So is this green suited European Father Christmas or red suit?
Red suit. Yeah.
Red suit.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, you got to go red suit. Got to go classic.
Red suit. I don't have the green one anyway, so I only have the original one.
Yeah.
But
Watch
yeah,
the golden
fucking
compass
polar
tribute.
bear all the way, dude. So awesome.
He's not bad. He's just drawn that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm digging the polar bear. once they did a bear, it's like, all right, they're probably going to do other bears, right? They're going to use this bear body for other things. And the one thing that makes all the sense in the world is a polar bear. So, a lot of people, yes, the Coca-Cola polar bear is a great idea. There should be some cool photos with this polar bear and some little Coke bottles,
Mm-hmm.
the soda ones.
Oh, it's already happening. You know that.
Yeah. But yeah, so a lot of people predicted a polar bear might be a part of this wave, but just because it was predicted, I think it looks really great. I loved the photos of him on his hind haunches standing up upright, and he does have the Bodvar like growling head that he comes with painted white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the new the more elongated snout head sculpt that they did for this one too. It's really awesome.
Totally.
Super dope, man.
Polar bear. And then we got the accessory set. I love the accessory set. $25, I think. Another beer barrel, but this one's like personalized. It has the Einsamall writing on it. More beer mugs, some more food, and of course, some gas bar sausages. As soon as this popped up on the screen, I was like, gas bar sausages? Put them in or around your mouth. How funny is that? Like, just the interplay between the community and the studio, that not just like tributes to like people, customizers, fans, things like that in the community, but that something like gas bar sausages can be created as like a thing on the Purple Gang Gang show.
Yeah.
And now those sausages are an accessory.
That's awesome, dude.
Another reason they're a great company. It's fan service. They listen to us.
Put them in or around your mouth.
In or around your mouth.
So why haven't they made a cookie birthday cake? Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
They
point.
probably don't want to piss off Cookie too much. Yeah. So people now in the chat are just saying the lyrics to the gas bar sausages song. See, there you go. Spicy and delicious, the best that can be found. So I dig it. If you're gonna buy accessory sets like third party ones, it's gonna be a lot more than $25. So it's a great price for this pack of accessories.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the wave. $375 for the all-in. So I'm gonna hit the all-in on this. We have until August 3rd to put your pre-orders in. So you save $20 doing the all-in as opposed to buying each figure individually. As far as this compared to retail, I think Jeremy said it's anticipated to be like a 25% savings, which is freaking not nothing. Like, to me, the savings is enough where, like, even if there's a figure or two that you're not, I might not buy it, but for it being in the all-in, it's worth it. Then you have it as part of the all-in if you want it. Sometimes figures grow on you, or there's trade fodder, customizing fodder, or whatever else. So that's the way I look at it.
You're essentially getting the accessory pack for $5.
Yeah.
That's how
I'd pay $5 for some sausages.
There you go.
All right.
I'll tell you one thing that I was thinking about grabbing outside of the wave was I like the shirts that they did with Retro Rags with the Einsamall pub logo on it. I think those look really cool.
I didn't even see those. Let me check those out.
Yeah.
Neither.
Yeah, Retro Rags is doing some really cool shirts with the logo on it. Looks really cool. I'm thinking about grabbing one of those. Be really cool.
Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, dude, that's freaking cool. Here, let me pull this up.
Is that the Wolfsbane lager?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Looks
Freaking
super dope, dude.
I did not see this.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So here's let's pull up a t-shirt here.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's a
Badass.
that's an awesome logo, dude.
Wolfsbane Lager sold at Einsamall Inn and Public House.
Yeah.
That's badass, dude.
Hell yeah. And you know, if you were wearing that in the streets, you know, people that are like full on like pub crawlers, they'd be like, dude, where's that place at? Like, yeah, it's kind of
It's like North Mythos.
yeah, North Miss. They're like, where? Like,
That is freaking badass.
Yeah, that's a badass shirt, dude. I dig it, dude. I think it's freaking kicks ass.
Get it on a hoodie. It's a sweet hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Winter, get a Wolfsbane hoodie.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Totally
me that
dig
logo.
that.
Tell me that logo isn't dope, dude. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm down for that.
Nice. Good call. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Rob says it's a members only pub.
Yeah. It's exclusive.
Yeah, super exclusive.
Yeah.
Just cool people like me. As I drink my Bud Light next. Yeah, it says Wolfsbane is the kind of lager that's on the beer barrel. Here, I'll show you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing that's on the barrel.
There we go. See, right there.
Yep.
Right here. There's the logo, Einsamall Wolfsbane Lager. All right, I think we're coming to the end here. So get your hashtags in. Hashtag Rio Blast to win the Rio Blast. I'm going to give away Rio Blast. Yeah, it's funny. I messaged a couple people right away and was like, dude, we need to brew a batch of beer and call it Wolfsbane Lager. I can't imagine that's not that. I'd be surprised if that wasn't already in the works in some fashion. You know, those guys are always looking for other stuff to do. Like they had the hot sauce last year. I'd be surprised if that wasn't already sort of in the works. But I imagine there'll probably be like 20 different versions of Wolfsbane Lager at Legion's Con this year. Here you go. So for the Wolfsbane Lager, the private club, JG, good point here. The membership actually costs thousands of dollars a year, but you get a lot of bonus plastic with the membership.
Outstanding.
All right, that's badass.
Just confuse the shit out of people that don't know. If you're not in the club, you don't know. You know, can't really talk about it.
How cool would that be? They had a keg of the Wolfsbane Lager at the pub.
Fuck yes.
Elijah says, anyone army building the wolf, that would be badass.
Here we go.
Imp Pale
Spain
Ale.
IPA.
Does that mean it's made out of imps?
I know someone who was super pumped on the werewolf was Drew Chase.
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge werewolf fan, dude. He's got tons of different werewolves from different lines, and as soon as it came out, dude, he was freaking messaging me. He's like, "Holy shit! Like, look at it, they finally made it." I'm like, "Yeah, dude." I'm like, "I know you like that one, that's for sure." I could imagine that guy getting more than a few.
So Sweet Cheeks chiming in again says, "Wolf no, gnome heck yeah." What?
He's just pumping his own character. That's all good.
Yeah.
We understand.
I mean,
Chris.
yes,
We
of course.
understand. Yes,
The smaller figure, yeah. You can fit a lot more of them on a shelf too.
Hey, I'll be on Curtis's side. I'm more of a smaller figure than a bigger figure collector. So
some people are showers.
I don't really care for the ogre scale size figures that much. As much as like, let's say, the dwarf or like the goblin scale figures.
Yeah, I love goblin figures, and you don't need for those big ones. You don't need as many of them. Like
right.
On my active display, I have 2 trolls. I have a forest troll and an ice troll.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I have the stone troll and Brontis. I have actually 2 stone trolls because on one of them I have the regular head and the other one I have one of the custom heads from who did the custom head? I can't even remember.
Perry?
No, I forgot who it was. It was like way back in 2021 when they did that head. Whoever sculpted it, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Immortal Collections or it was somebody. I forgot. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But yeah, and then I have the Brontis the Brontis 2 when he finally got reissued.
Hey Chase, can you do me a favor, dude? Can you hand me that? There's that figure on the couch, like right next to you, in the box. Can you bring that over, please? Be careful. Watch out for the cat and the baby and the action figures. Thanks, dude. So it made me think of this guy. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this with the glare. Can you see this at all? You probably can't, right?
Barely, but yeah, what is it? Oh, okay, okay.
These are the creature replica werewolves that were made back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
This is terrible. I'll take them out and post some better pictures. I haven't opened it yet. You might probably surprised by that. Haven't had a chance to open him yet. So, and did I talk about? I must have talked about this guy before on the stream, right?
I think so. A while back, yeah.
This is the creature replica Rougarou, and he did a bunch of different werewolves.
It looks like a pretty dope figure.
Yeah, they're from 2015. So I found out about this figure because of Billy. I knew about this figure already. Like it had been like Dan Larson and Toy Galaxy did like a top 10 werewolf action figure video like years ago. This was number 1 on it. But just this past year, Billy Beige, and I would have to go back and look at the video because I don't remember how it all happened. But he ended up like going to the website, like the same website, Creature Replica's own website. And he was just checking it out and saw that you could still order the figure from 10 years ago.
It's crazy.
Right. And he's like, there's no way this is real. This has just got to be like a dead site that somehow he keeps it up, but like doesn't do anything with it. Ordered the figure, got the figure, the figure from 2015, brand new from Creature Replica, made a video about it. And I was like, what? So then I did the same thing. I went to the Creature Replica website, checked it out. The figure was available, same price. I forget what the price was. It was something cheap as hell. So the same price that it would have been in 2015.
Yeah.
Put the order in. Oh Lord.
Maybe they still have a whole warehouse full of those damn things. Unfortunately for them,
he must.
That's crazy.
But bought it, and it arrived beautiful. Like it's like going back in time. Like if Billy Beige found a wormhole where you could order figures from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. But I was like,
crazy.
But he's going to be bigger than this guy.
Oh yeah, it's going to dwarf that fucking thing for sure.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Heck yeah.
It's the Louisiana Rougarou is still in stock
right now.
That's crazy.
I just went to the website. It says you can add it to cart, $35.
You would think after 10 years they might do a price drop on it, though, right? Jeez, just saying.
As I understand it, like he was a guy that I think had worked at other action figure companies, and then just did this sort of on his own, like as one man show type deal. Here it is. Creature Replica in stock now.
That's crazy, dude. 15 years or 10 years later, huh?
So this is crazy. So these Horror Hound. I guess you can get all if they're still listed here. I guess you can get them, right?
That's wild, dude.
Here's the one I got. Well, side note, I thought this was really cool. The fact that you could just go and order the same figure you could have ordered back in 2015 in 2025.
Yeah, that's kind of unheard of, dude.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was free shipping.
Nice.
For a $35 figure, and the figure looks dope. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they look dope, dude.
So,
I remember a lot of people posting pictures of those. It's awesome.
Hi, Monica. What's up? There, Chase. All right, yeah, let's give this guy away. Last chance for the Rio Blast. Hashtag Rio Blast. Let's see. Giveaway tool. Here you go. Only 20 people in. Great odds. Last chance. Hashtag Rio Blast. Hashtag Rio Blast. 2 more people just got in. Let's run it in 3, 2, 1.5, 1. Good luck. William Husted.
Congratulations.
Dude. Congratulations. Thanks so much for hanging out and checking in. Shoot me a message, dude, on Facebook or on Instagram, whatever's easier for you. Facebook is just my name, Jonathan Donath, if we're not friends already, or Instagram at Hedgehog Action, and we'll shoot this bad boy out to you. Congratulations. All right. I think this is a show, guys. Sorry, I'm just looking at boxes of things being dumped over.
Heck yeah.
It's fine. All right, guys. I'm out of the game next week, so I guess we'll see each other in 2 weeks.
Right on. What do you got planned, or what do you got going on?
So it's Mrs. Hedgehog's birthday.
Oh, right.
So I think we're gonna keep it pretty chill around here, but we'll do something cool, hang out, probably get the family together, probably have a birthday cake, that whole thing, cook some food, gather, be merry. You guys got anything good coming up for the next week?
No, same old same. Actually, I got 3 days off next week, so I'm freaking pretty pumped about that, man.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Anything lined up yet?
I probably would have had something lined up if it wasn't going to be 103 to 105 the 3 days that I'm going to be off. So I think I'm going to be staying inside. Oh no, actually, they just opened the pool at my ex-wife's place. So I have a key fob to her pool, and that's where I'm going to be.
Fuck yeah.
He found
That's
her
Robbie.
pool, you say?
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. Oh yeah. As a side note, I'm definitely the person during the winter, like when it's cold, like and it's windy and it's just miserable. I'm definitely one of those people that's like, give me summertime, give me the heat. I don't care how hot it gets.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. Give me the heat. And normally that's right. On the East Coast right now, I will say it's getting a little tiresome.
Dude,
been 90s.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, at least we have the dry heat out here. You guys have the freaking humidity as well. So fuck all that.
Yeah.
Step outside, the air is just so fucking heavy.
Oh
Yeah.
no. It's just nice and beautiful and sunny out here. It's freaking. You would definitely get a whole different summer vibe out here.
That's how you know I'm old too, because I can truly say it's the humidity that gets you.
Mhm.
On the West Coast, you got that dry heat.
Yeah. It's the dry
Thank you to
heat,
everybody
man.
who's saying happy birthday to Mrs. Hedgehog too in the chat. Appreciate you. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it. Thank you, homies, for hopping on. Thank you to everyone who hopped on in the chat. Thank you very much to everybody with the super chats. We appreciate that. Brian Carr, I know, was in there. Sweet Cheeks was in there a couple of times. Happy birthday, Jesse Arnold.
Happy birthday, bud.
Buzz Monks.
Birthday, dude.
Jashai, is it going to be canon? We'll
It
see.
is. It already is, dude. Let's
Oh,
just
look.
call it.
No, come here.
And big congrats against to Curtis, dude. Freaking,
Yeah, man.
that's awesome, dude.
She got a Glyos.
It's freaking
We have
awesome.
another Glyos convert over here, guys.
Nice.
So,
Start him young.
yes. Happy birthday, Jesse. Don't forget tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Here, let me get you over here.
Purple Gang Gang.
Purple Gang Gang. There's going to be a Jesse Arnold birthday party. I'm sure it'll be very low key and not crazy at all. I'm sure there'll be no basements or goats involved or anything else. Pizza rolls and whatnot. But check it out. I'm going to check it out. I hope to see you in the chat. And I hope to see you guys the next time we go live, which is probably going to be 2 weeks. And until then, don't forget the number one rule, which is
Be cool.
later.
So I'll see you guys in November.